going to send out the opening line of Suter. Suter, McMurray, and Evan Hay on his right wing. As we get ready to kick things off, it's going to be the captain for North Durham to take their draw. And it gets won there by North Durham to start off the game. McMurray knocks that down on the clearing attempt, goes into the corner. Coming away there with the loose puck at Suter, and that shot was wide of the net. North Durham come up with a loose puck, but the defender follows the blue line, turning it over there to Carly, who couldn't get it out on the first opportunity. And now they pick it up again. With some nice moves leading it through center comes Matthew Suter. Suter into the zone with a shot. Got all he wanted to, fired it high and wide over the goal. Throwing it at the net again, stopped it by Tripp out in front of the net. His first stop of the game. As that opportunity out in front of the goal got steered aside. Into the corner they go, trying to muscle off the loose puck, but he got taken off his feet as McMurray tried to get to the loose puck in the corner. McMurray tried to go back to the line, picked up there by Suter as he tried to use the boards to get it back into the zone. All Toros so far kept it in the North Durham end. Suter on that loose puck, going to the backhand shot. That's going wide of the blocker hand of Tripp as they try and bang it in from the side of the goal. Then behind the net there for McMurray, trying to dig it free, sets it out of front. One-time shot, stopped it by Tripp. He got enough of it to make the stop as it just rolled in behind the net. As they try and dig it free from behind the net. North Durham can't get it out past the line, and Jack Carley held the blue line. North Durham cannot get it out of their own end right now. The first little bit of pressure goes to the Toros. That one's going in on net. And the first stop there easily by Alan Mundy, and he'll hold on to it for a face-off. Mundy supporting the very cool Toros pads there in the Toros net, trying to ring that around the board. Trying to keep it in at the line, and Bays gets it over there for Papagiorgio getting on the loose puck. Max Papagiorgio gets it around the check, and he's going to get knocked off the stick there by Walker though. Late pass for Lusted over his stick. Back in his own zone comes Calhoun. Liam Calhoun with a nice play, rings it around the board. That's going to get knocked over to the other side though by Walker. Tried to find Lusted out in front, but it hopped over the stick of Lusted, and a break out the other way. Here they come, led up by Sikma into the zone. Sikma trying to take it himself into the zone. Individual shot went wide of the goal. Great individual rush, and just fired it wide of the net on that opportunity. Toros still in there though. Lead pass out of front. One over the stick there. Papagiorgio kept in at the line. As it goes in behind the goal, they try and muscle it out behind the net for another opportunity. Then behind the goal there for Papagiorgio, trying to dig it out. And now it comes free there to North Durham, and they'll move it out of the zone. Up through center to the other side. The pass over there for Lusted broken up, and Sikma comes into the zone. Another turnover right in front. Papagiorgio's back in, couldn't make it to the net. As they try and go back to the line there for Sikma again. Ethan Sikma kept it in at the line, keeps things going here. Out of front, quick shot there from Evan Hay. Rebound out of front, and he couldn't capitalize on either chance as Tripp beat Evan Hay on both those shots right from the slot area. Back up the other way with a lead pass. Going to get over the stick there of number 16 and swept back into the North Durham end. Back in behind the goal. Going to take his time back there in behind the net. And Griffin took his man off his feet in behind the goal. Back in behind the net, Passola tried to dig it free from the North Durham player. Albert Appleby with a nice play to sweep it back in. They try and pass it up there for McNally. It got broken up there by Tate Ryan, and Passola coming in. Passola with a backhand pass out in front. Stolen there by the defenseman who tries to find a lane to get it out there for North Durham. Over the stick there, Tate Ryan at the blue line, and Passola is in behind him to help bail him out. In over the blue line comes Passola, trying to get around the check for an opportunity. Throws it there for Tate Ryan. On the wraparound, throws it out in front. Going back to the line. Quick shot from Hayden Shaw. That doesn't make it through the hit. A North Durham defender out in front of the net. Back up the other way. He's got to try and beat Shaw to the net. Goes in behind the goal. Capo walks away at it for number 17. Trying to dig it free out of the corner. Hayden Shaw on the loose puck. He's not going to get it past his man. As that's number 14, Bruce. Down low for McNally. McNally is going to find Joyce in the corner, throwing it out of front, stolen away by the Toros and dumped up through center ice. Coming back up the other way comes Bays, leading it into the zone. Sorry, quick shot from Suter, my apologies, with a shot right in on goal, and it gets stopped there by Tripp as he holds on to it. Face off in the zone, trying to get into the zone, back to the line for fair, went over his stick. McMurray into the zone, trying to get in there, gets skipped off the stick there for number 17. The captain for North Durham coming into the zone, trying to get around the check with a shot. The right pad stop there from Mundy, kicks it aside and then covers the rebound out in front of the net. Face off up to the right of the goal, going for a quick shot on the front, tipped wide of the net. Rolled up the net again, stopped there by Mundy. A rebound out of front, gets poked wide of the net. Sickman trying to ring it up there for Suter. Suter trying to get in, gets it there for McMurray at center. Logan McMurray with a lead pass over to the other side, and it was out of the reach there of Miller Hope as they try and get it out of the zone. Nice play by Tay Ryan to get, or Suter to get rid of it. Couldn't walk it out of front. Back to the line for Sickman, who kept it into the line. Fires it back in behind the North Durham net as they try and keep this pressure on here. We have 3:48 left to go here in the first period. Most of the opportunities have come to the Toros, but they haven't been able to beat Tripp in the North Durham net. Quick shot at the line. Stopped there right in front by the defender. Another quick shot. That one's going high and wide. McMurray will pick up the loose puck. Logan McMurray tries to walk it out in front. Has it taken off his stick as it goes into the corner. As they try and get out front there for Miller Hope with a shot. Stopped there by the right pad of Tripp with that stop. Sigma put pressure on his man as it goes into the corner. Rings it around the boards, knocked down by Miller Hope. And the opportunity to try and clear. Sigma keeps it in at the line. Backhanded deep in behind the goal by Miller Hope in behind the net. Turned over there to Suter. And the opportunity to chip it up. Hayden Shaw put it right back under the stick of North Durham. As they're coming back in, Shaw chance to regroup himself and get it out. Couldn't do it. Opportunity to come the other way with a shot. And they score! North Durham, after all the pressure was against them, they finally have opened up the scoring on the shot there from number 56, Lusted, who's made it 1-0 in favor of the North Durham Warriors. So, Toros didn't get rewarded for all those chances they had at the front, and that's just the way it goes. And then North Durham come back with a chance of their own, and Lusted snapped it past the right pad of Alan Mundy right out in front to make it 1-0. Quick shot from the line. It's in behind the net as they try and throw it out in front for Evan Hay. Was out of his reach. Around the boards that goes. Trying to chip it up through center. Knocked down by Shaw. As they try and move it up through center ice. Into the zone comes number 17 in behind the net. Kicking off his feet in behind the goal. Papa Jojo trying to find a lane to get it out. Max Papa Jojo with a lead pass. Broken up at center. And now Evan Hay on the loose puck. And it's offside. Wearing the sweater to fill in for Cole Tassler will be Brock Gardner, and he's going to get the opportunity to shoot that puck, and it goes wide of the net. Tassler out of the lineup due to an illness, so Brock Gardner is going to fill the jersey for him tonight, trying to dig that puck out of the corner. Around the boards that goes for number 17. Kept in there by Griffin as he tries to get to the loose puck. Tipped in there by Jack Carley into the corner for Tate Ryan. Ryan tries to walk it out of front. Tate Ryan with a drop past the line, way out of the reach of Braden Fair, who's got to go back in his own end. Fair's going to touch it up in behind the goal as he gets pressured on there by number 17, trying to move it to the other side. Late pass by Griffin was out of the reach of Tate Ryan as Brock Gardner blocks that shot. It goes back into the zone there, and they clear it away up through center, and that would have been offside if Griffin would have touched that puck, but he went back in over the blue line, so he's okay to go now with a shot. Blocked out of front. Turnaround shot there from Griffin wide of the goal. Toros looking to answer the goal by Lusted. Quick shot from Tate Ryan. Doesn't make it through to the net as it got blocked out in front. And the opportunity to come now into the zone comes Joyce. Swept off his stick by Jack Carley and kept in there by Barry, who dumps it in behind the net. Around the boards it goes. Trying to keep that one in. Number 91, DeHoos puts it back in behind the net. As they try and walk it out of front, big opportunity there for number 7. I believe that's McIver out in front of the net. Knocked down by DeHoos at the blue line, but couldn't keep it in, and this could be trouble. Suter going up there into the zone with a shot, scores! Matthew Suter takes advantage of the bad play by DeHoos at the blue line, couldn't keep it in, and Matthew Suter took it himself and went top shelf over trip to tie this game at 1 with 18 seconds left to go here in the first period. Faceoff gets won there at center. DeHoos couldn't keep that puck in at the line, and Suter made him pay for it with some nice speed, and then a great finishing touch to snap it top shelf, blocker hand, and tie things up at 1. That goes behind the net as he tries to walk it around the goal. And they're going to get buzzered off before they could get another shot on net. A late goal by Matthew Suter tied things up at 1, and it was Lusted that opened up the scoring for North Durham in the first period. Draw to start up period number 2. Here comes Tomlin into the zone. His lead pass at the start of the second period gets broken up there by the Toros. And Miller hooks up there, coming into the zone. Quick shot there by McMurray. The right pad stopped there from Chip as he kicked out the right pad and stopped that shot from McMurray. Moving it up through center. Went over the stick there of Tomlin. Knocked down by Calhoun, who puts it back in. Around the boards, over the stick of Tomlin. Calhoun keeps it in. Shot from the line. A bouncer that doesn't make it through. Knocked down by Suter as he tries to throw it to the net. That hit Walker right in front of the goal. Walker trying to find a lane. Picked off there by McMurray, who's going to chip it into the corner. And find a lane there for Tomlin. And the roll around pass broken up by Matthew Suter to walk it out of front. Opportunity with a shot. That goes wide of the goal. Tapped in from the line. Sigma shot thrown at the net wide. First one there, Matthew Suter throwing it out in front of the goal. Nobody there but a black jersey. Tomlin up there for Lusted, who tries to get away. Lusted trying to show his speed now into the zone shot. Scores! Lusted picks up his second of the game, going high over the blocker of Alan Mundy to make it 2-1. And the Toros have decided to go for a goal change. It's now Caleb Wilson in net for the Toros. Trying to walk it out of front. They tried to find a man out of front of the goal, stealing away by the Toros as they try and move it up through center. Right onto the tip of Evan Hay, who turns it over to Clark in his own end. Clark, turnover there to the Toros. Base trying for a shot, fanned on it, goes in behind the net. The opportunity to ring that around, trying to get it past Koss, and Koss couldn't get it out of the zone. Evan Hay tried to make him pay for it. Couldn't shoot it on the forehand, still throws it at the net though. Captain at the line, quick shot. Caught there. Nice stop by Tripp, who caught that in the glove and keeps us at 2-1. Jock's been off to the right of the goal, and it's going to be Evan Hay to take the draw. Back to the line for fair, trying to find a lane to throw it through, and that shot doesn't get blocked. Brock Gardner on the loose puck, throwing it out of front. and it's going to get picked aside there by North Durham, and Koss couldn't go with the puck. High up at center as it's getting knocked down at center by Carly, trying to backhand it up there for Tate Ryan into the zone. Tate Ryan around the check, shot, that goes wide, bounces out in front for Gardner, trying to turn around from the side of the net, stopped there by Tripp, and he's going to take no chances out in front of the net and pounce on that loose puck as the Toros are starting to turn things up, looking for that equalizer as Lusted has picked up his second of the game here to start the second period. It'll be a face-off off to the right of Tripp, and it's going to be Matthew Suter that takes the draw. Off to the right, trying to walk it out of front. He had a man sitting there, couldn't get the pass over there for Miller Hope. Around the boards, that's going to get kept in by Calhoun at the line as Hope tries to walk it out of front. Again kept in by Calhoun at the blue line. Shot doesn't make it through. Nice block there out of front as McIver tries to chip it out of his own end. That's not going to work. Still there in the zone. Chip past Sigma. Suter picks it up at center and dumps it right back where it came from, back in behind the North Durham net. We just started period number 2. We've already got a goal here in the second period. It belongs to Lusted that has North Durham up 2-1. Draw just outside the line, trying to chip it back in there. That hit Papa Giorgio out in front of the net. Didn't really know where the puck was after you hit him. Around the boards that goes. Trying to get it out there was Bateman, kept in there at the line. Back in behind the net goes number 14. Getting that pass up there for Bateman. Trying to get around the check of Hayden Shaw, and he will. Trying to get around Evan Hay as well. Bateman's leading it into the zone. We're going to look like a penalty, but I guess it was just an offside call versus the North Durham. That goes around the net. They got to try and get around Bruce with a lead pass. Right onto the tape there, Papa Giorgio. Papa Giorgio into the zone with a shot. That got blocked out of front. Nice block there in the corner. Toros still have the puck. Turned over to Bateman, though. Another turnover to Tate Ryan. Teams can't get it out of their own end. North Durham. That one is going to get out past Shaw at the blue line. Tate Ryan trying to battle on Bateman there at the Toros penalty box, trying to get it free. And now Griffin tries to get to it. He's not going to get there before a man who dumps it down the ice. And no icing on the call. Goes back in behind the Toros net. Taking it in behind the goal. Trying to go for the lead pass up the center. Finds Brock Gardner. Gardner going up there with Griffin as well. Gardner couldn't get the backhand away past Clark. But Brock Gardner still on it in the corner. Back to the line that goes. Quick shot. Tipped out of front. Stopped there by Tripp as he's got it in his equipment. Nice deflection out in front of the net, but Tripp kept his eye on the puck. Another shot from Carly out of front, and they score! That might have been tipped out in front of the goal. I'm not sure who's going to get credit for it. It might have hit a North Durham player out in front, and if it did, that goal is going to go to Jack Carly to tie things up at 2. Like I said, it was just a shot from the line. Don't know if it hit a North Durham defender out in front, but it changed direction on Tripp. So if it was a North Durham defender, the goal is going to go to Jack Carly from the line, and that shot gets steered aside easily in behind the goal. As it's Mundy who's back in net there for the Toros, and he'll freeze that one at the side of the net. So a good play there by Coach Nesbitt to kind of give Mundy a little bit of a breather after the second goal by Lusted. Puts him back in. He came up with a stop there. Knocked down at center. Miller Hope up there for Suter, trying to collect it at the blue line. And now Miller Hope will help him out. Hope tries for a shot, doesn't make it through a screen, but picked up by Bays, who takes a shot. And it's a little flutterer as it hits the defender out in front and just rolls right in on goal for Tripp to make the stop in the North Durham net. With 9:23 left to go here in the second period, we're all tied at 2. So twos are wild so far here at the Garnet B. Rickard Recreation Complex. Face off to the left. Suter will take the draw. Wins it back for Hope with a shot. As that almost got caught there by Tripp, but the play is still live. Thrown out of front there for Sigma back to the line. Ethan Sigma back for McMurray. He's going to get it back there for Sigma. For Matthew Suter winding up, and that goes high and wide over the blocking hand of Tripp. And kept in there by Sigma with a shot. Toros are trying to fire everything at the net, even from the blue line now, after what happened to tie things up. Trying to get it out of the zone. Knocked down by Suter, keeps it in there. Gets it to the face-off circle, gets around the check. Matthew Suter out of front of the goal, and we're getting our first penalty of the game as Suter got hooked up. So it's going to be a penalty coming up here to number 9 of North Durham. So it's going to be a Toros power play, and I believe that's Infirmary that is going to the box for North Durham. So the opportunity for the Toros to pick up their first lead of the game, as this one's tied up at 2. Face-off got won there by North Durham. Bateman trying to find a lane to get it out of there. Couple walks away at that puck, tapped in by Shaw at the blue line. Bateman trying to dump it in. That's going to get knocked down, and again knocked down by Shaw. Rolling at the net. Suter tried to get to the loose puck before number 81, who tried to find it in his feet, and he'll sweep it out past the line. Hayden Shaw on the loose puck over to the other side for Bays, out of his reach as Suter tries to help him out. And the other side there for Bateman as he tries to chip it in. Nice play to kill this off so far. Owen Bays stayed on side, and now Bateman tried to get away with Barry, but that didn't work, and it gets chipped back into the North Durham end. Don't know how much time is left on the penalty to North Durham, because the penalty isn't on the clock, so that could go against the Toros, because you don't know when that player's coming out of the box. Late pass broken up at center. As he tried to pick it up there, Shaw, and he's going to find past Bays into the corner, and it goes for icing. Face-off coming off to the right of the goal. As we await the face-off here, jamming it to some tunes by our DJ today, Big Skip. Face-off off to the right of the goal. Trying to figure out who's going to take this draw off to the right of Mundy. It'll be T. Ryan that takes the draw. Trying to fire that one around. Back in behind the net. And the opportunity to go now with Evan Hay. Coming up there into the zone with Papa Giorgio. Hay to Papa Giorgio. Shot. Blocker save. Rebound in front. Popped over the stick of Hay as he tries on the rebound. Went wide of the net. Tapped in at the line. Braden Fair tries for a shot. Throwing it at the net. It couldn't get tipped out in front by Papa Giorgio. Papa Giorgio throws it at front. Tipped by the defenseman. That could have worked against him, but worked in his favor. He chipped it behind the net. Now we got the penalty time on the clock. There's 49 seconds left, but now the 49 seconds is frozen there in the clock. So the clock isn't really working here at the Garnet B. Rickard so far on this evening. Back up the other way. And there's the pass that goes down the ice as the penalty to number 9 is finally over. Fair trying to ring that one around the boards to Papa Giorgio to get it out. And it'll finally get up there center for Matthew Suter. Suter into the zone, trying to get around the check. He's going to try and get around Walker with some nice moves. Suter in, shot, and stopped there by Tripp, who came out to make the save. He came out to challenge Matthew Suter and came up with a big save as Suter made some nice moves around the defenseman to even get to that opportunity, but Tripp kept it out and kept it at 2-2. That'll be a draw off to the right of the goal. Find out again who's going to take the draw. We're getting a conversation between the timekeeper and the ref, so we'll take a break. Nice deflection out in front of the net, but Chris kept his eye on the puck. And then it's from Curly in front, and they score! That might have been tipped out in front of the goal. I'm not sure who's going to get credit for it. That might have been what they scored. And as I said, that goal is a goal. The top part of the tie comes up at 2. Now we're ready to get back to live action here at the Garnet B record as Calhoun puts that into the corner. Griffin tries to get it free from Tomlin. As Griffin tries to get to the loose puck away from the check. Griffin trying to dig it free out of the corner. As he's digging away at it, trying to find the loose puck there is Suter. Taken off his feet there by Griffin, throwing it out of front. Quick shot, going wide of the net from Brock Gardner. Trying to throw it out of front there with Suter again. Griffin on the backhand shot, doesn't make it through. All Toros looking for their first lead, but couldn't get that shot through. Walker on the loose puck. Walker's going to turn it over at the Toros blue line. There's Lusted on it. Lusted has got 2 goals in the game. But that pass up at center for Griffin. Into the zone with a shot. Rolls it in on net. Stopped there by Tripp. And he freezes it in the North Durham end. There'll be a draw coming off to the right of Tripp. One there by the Toros. Try for that quick shot with Miller Hope. Turning around his base with a shot. And it goes right into the North Durham crest of Tripp, who makes another stop. Tripp has definitely had his shots in this game, and he's come up with a couple of big stops that's kept North Durham in the game. Bayes trying to throw it out in front. Out there for McMurray. He tried for the one-time backhander, and it went wide. Kept in at the line, though. A nice play by Appleby to hold it in. Bayes trying to dig away at the loose puck. As they try and dig away at it, as Bayes hopping over his stick, kept in at the line. And Shaw's going to sweep it into the corner. Knocked down there by Inferneri with a lead pass. Broken up there by Bayes as Inferneri tries to find a lane to get it past Bayes. Number 91. Moving it up through center. That's going to get broken up at center ice. Moved into the zone for Shaw. Hated Shaw at center. He's going to dump it off the boards. Right back in behind the North Durham net. Inferneri's behind the goal. As now it'll be number 91 DeHoos ringing around. Kept in at the line by Fair. Thrown at the net. A right pad stop easily. And steered aside by Tripp as that went out in front. Wide of the goal. 4:07 left to go here in the second period. All tied up at 2. Lusted has 2 goals for North Durham. Matthew Suter has a goal for the Toros. Along with Jack Carley, I believe, got the second one. We'll have to see whether it got deflected out in front of the net. Fair trying to dig that puck out of the corner. As they try and move it up through center for Miller Hope. Hope is going to pick it up at center and lead it into the zone with a nice move. Finally stripped off his stick. Joyce will pick up the loose puck at center. Toros are in outside as Bayes was trying to get onto the bench for the line change, and the Toros were offside as they brought it in over the blue line. We have 3:29 left to go here in the second period of a 2-2 draw, which has been an entertaining game so far. Toros have had the majority of the chances, but just haven't been able to cash in yet. They haven't had a lead in the game either. Trying to throw it in front. Evan Hay tried to change all that, just couldn't stuff it past Tripp out in front of the goal. Back up the other way comes number 93, Bateman. Bateman trying to throw it at the net. Right pad stop there from Mundy, who kicked that one aside. Lead pass up at center. Nice play by Tay Ryan to catch up with it. The captain of the Toros gets in over the zone. Trying to get into the corner now. Got pushed aside by Barry in behind the net. As the guy tried to get kept in. Taken aside by number 93 with the loose puck. Stepped off his stick as Carley came back to sweep it away. Jack Carley again trying to find a lane to get it out. Kept in at the line. Fired into the corner. Right back in behind the net for Fair as he tries to find a lane to get it out past Walker. Toros get the loose puck with a lead pass for Evan Hay into the zone. Trying to get around Clark and split the North Durham D. Couldn't do it. Kate Ryan picks it up though and couldn't shoot the puck. Walker with a lead pass. Getting it up there for Barry, who's showing the wheels now. Barry into the zone. Tries for a shot. There's a blocker stop from Mundy. As it's in behind the Toros net, they try and find the loose puck to get it out. Led up by Suter. Suter showing the speed through center. Tried to get around the check. Got taken into the boards. That'll be the second penalty of the game. And it'll come up to North Durham. And I believe it'll be Bruce that's going to get the call here for 2 minutes or less. So the Toros are at least going to have a power play for the end of the second period. If they can't connect, they'll have a power play for 3 seconds to start the second. To start the third, my apologies. And the draw will come off to the left of Tripp. Face off to the left. Brock Gardner throws it at the goal. Doesn't make it through to the goal. Gardner on the loose puck again. Backhand shot. Got blocked there by Tomlin. Back to the goal again for Sikma. Ethan Sikma. Back down left for Logan McMurray. McMurray throws it up front for Suter with a shot. Caught there by Tripp and pounces on his own rebound out in front of the net. Face off to the left of Tripp in the North Durham goal. Suter wins the drawback for Tay Ryan. Trying to get around Walker into the corner. He gets around to Hoos for the opportunity. Tay Ryan with a puck on a string, throwing it out in front, went over the stick of Logan McMurray and dumped down the ice. It's going to go wide of the net in behind the goal as Sikma's got to retrieve it in his own end. Ethan Sikma with the loose puck, fires it up through center. As it's stuck in behind the goal, here come the Toros up through center with Matthew Suter as he leads it up through center. It's a 3-on-2 the other way with some speed from Suter. Suter fires it at the net, tipped it in front, wide of the goal. McMurray tried for the deflection, and it hit him out in front of the net. We're in the last minute of play of the second period. Moving it to the other side for Liam Calhoun, trying to find a lane to dump it in. Up through center for Suter and Tate Ryan. Tate Ryan collects the pass, trying to get around the shot, and that goes wide of the goal. Off the boards there comes the for Suter. Matthew Suter stuffing it out in front with the opportunity. Another quick shot at it. That goes wide of the net. Liam Calhoun, shot. That hit a defender out in front of the goal. Calhoun winding up again with a shot. That gets blocked out in front. Oh, Toros can't get the loose puck though. Moving it up to center for Joyce. Joyce short-handed. Coming up in with a shot. That goes wide of the goal. We have under 10 seconds left to go here in the second. Yeah. That should about do it for the penalty to Bruce as well. North Durham keep the Toros right there at center. And that's how we're going to end period number 2. It's the same way as the second period went. Both teams scored 1 goal each. So we'll go to the third and try and break this 2-2 tie. The draw to start period number 3. Suter trying to get to the loose puck at center. Matthew Suter uses the boards to dump it up as they try and find a lane there for Miller Hope into the zone. Hope tried to get away, just couldn't sweep it past the defender in the own end. And North Durham was killed off the second straight penalty as Bruce's penalty is over. Nice move, in and shot wide of the net. He had some great moves to get the opportunity and fired it just off to the right post. Base trying to dig it free with Griffin. Griffin tries to get it out of the corner as they battle over there. North Durham takes the loose puck back behind their own net, going for the lead pass at center. As Toros try and keep it in the North Durham zone, it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Led up there by Walker, who dumped it into the corner there for Tomlin. Tomlin tries to get away, hopped over his stick, and back up the other way they come with Bays. Bays with a nice move around Clark for the opportunity now. Finally had it stripped off his stick as Clark was able to come back and get just enough of him to sweep it off his stick. Coming back up the other way. Let up Walker into the zone. Dropping it for Lusted with a shot. Stop there. Out in front of the goal. Poked wide by Walker out in front. As Lusted tries to get it again. Lusted back to the line for Inferneri. in for an area shot, got blocked out of front by Griffin. Chip pass up, tried to get to Evan Hay. He's got to get to the loose puck now. Hay a shot, stopped there by Tripp, and there's a rebound out of front that's going to get poked wide. It goes in behind the net for North Durham as they try and get it out, kept in by Fair at the blue line. Brady Fair will chip it into the corner. Tate Ryan trying to be the first one on the goal in behind the net. Back to the line for Fair, out of his reach and down the ice, as that's going to go in behind the Toros net. So the intended pass to the line backfired to the Toros as they went all the way back in their own end. Carly rings it around the board there for Tate Ryan now. Tate Ryan at center, trying to come up into the zone and over the blue line. He's going to take it to the net and try and walk it out of front with a backhand shot that hit the side of the net. They're still banging away at it in the crease area and couldn't get rewarded on that opportunity. Evan Hay will sweep it back into the zone. Trying to find a lane up through center with that pass over the stick of the North Durham defender, number 26. That's McNally. Fair trying to get rid of it, dumps it down the ice. Trying to rush at it there was for a player right in front, Calhoun. Liam Calhoun on the loose puck. Gets it out of his own end up there for Suter trying to get away. Papa walks away at it for Liam Calhoun with Suter again. That's going up into the bench. It looked like it hit the Toros bench, but it didn't. And the opportunity to go now, backhand shot. That one off the mask there out in front. And that's using your head. A big stop there from Tripp. Out in front of the goal. Quick shot. Another big stop there from Tripp at the side of the net. What a huge stop there from Tripp, as it looked like he was down and out in the North Durham net, and he was able to regroup himself and make that save while he was on his belly and keep this one at 2-2. But it's been all Toros here to start period number 3, looking to get their first lead of the game. As mentioned, they fell behind 1-0, answered it with a goal by Suter. They fell behind 2-1, answered it with a goal by Jack Carley, and they look to keep it in the zone now. That goes wide of the net. Back up through center. Nice play by Calhoun to force him wide. Kicks it behind the net. Barry tried to throw it out in front as they're banging away at the loose puck in behind the Toros goal. Up there for Sikma. Ethan Sikma with a late pass for Suter, trying to get it in his feet. Sikma again will dump it down the ice. No icing on the call. Back there for Clark to pick it up. Around the boards, kept in by Calhoun at the line. He'll find Brock Gardner, who throws it at the net. And that again hit a defender right in front of the goal and got chipped wide of the net. The battle there in the corner. Toros trying to come up with the puck. Brock Gardner going in again for the sickness of Cole Tashla. And he's had a couple of opportunities so far in the game. Coming up through center comes McIver, who turns it over. And now up through center they come. Dangerous one, Matthew Suter with the puck. Suter goes into the corner. As he tries to walk it out of front, he has it behind the net. Throwing it out of front, and it's a black jersey that picks it off. Number 23 comes up through center with a shot. That doesn't make it through. Nice block there out of front by Albert Appleby as they block that shot. Sikma trying to dig it free, along with McMurray. Appleby is digging away at it again, with Sikma here in front of us trying to dig it out. That goes behind the net. There's Appleby on the loose puck around there for McMurray. Was over his stick, kept in by DeHoos at the line. And DeHoos will dump it in behind the net. Under 10 minutes left to go in the game now. Pass up through center. Nice play to chip it up. That one's going up into the North Durham bench. So we'll get a whistle and a stoppage of play. draw just outside the Toros bench. Gets one there. Miller Hope swept off his stick. Appleby will pick it up in his own end. Albert Appleby uses the glass, trying to get it up there for Owen Bays. A couple walks away at it. There's Lustard on the loose puck. Lustard a shot, and it gets caught there by Alan Mundy, who's been strong since coming back into the game. After being pulled after the second goal, he's stopped everything that's come back to him since Coach Nesbitt has put him back in the net. Face off to the right of the goal. Quick shot from Lustard. And it's a quick stop there from Mundy, but he couldn't hold his own rebound. Another throw out in front. As they tried to sweep it in, Mundy somehow kept that puck out. And he stopped it at the side of the net. So both goaltenders have come up with an acrobatic save here in the third period and has bailed their defenders out. We're still tied at 2. Face off. Off to the left of the goal. Firing it out. Capped in by Bruce at the line. Tipped out in front. Quick shot. And another big stop there from Alan Mundy right in close as he kept that shot out from Lustard right in front of the net. And Lustard has had a hot stick so far in the game with 2 goals. But Mundy said, you're not getting your hat trick, at least not at this point in time. Face off to the left. Getting one there by Walker. Opportunity for Bruce to shoot it, and he fires it off target in wide of the net. Back down low for Lustard, trying to throw it in front. Steered aside by Mundy. Another throw at the net, and Mundy comes out to pounce on the loose puck before Lustard could gobble up the garbage out in front of the goal. Face off now after the timeout. Quick shot, pinned on it. 2-on-1 the other way. Led up by Jack Carley and Evan Hay. Carley trying to get around the check for the opportunity. Throws it at the net for Hay. Gets broken up out in front of the goal. Evan Hay on the loose puck. Back to the line as Tay Ryan tried to shoot it from the line. And Tay Ryan, that goes wide of the net. Now used to play in the line, but as you saw, Jack Carley was up there as a forward. Evan Hay throwing it out front, a couple walks away at it. Couldn't get it through to the goal. And another shot that goes wide of the net. Over to the other side. That's going to be Joyce trying to get to the loose puck. Back in behind the net. And there's Matthew Suter on the loose puck. Suter trying to dump it into the zone. As that goes behind the net. They're trying to walk it out of front. Opportunity, quick shot from Tate Ryan. Couldn't shoot it at the side of the net. As Tate Ryan got stopped out in front of the goal, but we have an injured player for the Toros down, so we're going to take a break here. The drop coming off to the right. Getting one by the Toros. Turnaround shot from Hay. Doesn't make it to the net. Evan Hay, or Tate Ryan on the loose puck. Out in front. Trying on the one-time shot. Kicked aside there by Tripp. Out in front of the goal. Toros have got to wonder now what they've got to do to try and get a lead, because ever since they tied the game, Tripp has shut the door and kept this one at 2-2. But Alan Mundy has been no slouch in the Toros net either here in the third period. He came up with a few key saves out in front of the net, which has kept North Durham from taking their third lead of the game. Back up the other way. Stripped off the stick there of Sigma trying to get in. As they're banging away at it, it was Evan Hay. Couldn't get it out of the zone. Calhoun trying to find a lane to dump it out. Couldn't do it. Back in behind the net goes Sigma. Ethan Sigma with a nice move to spin away from his check as a man is taken off the boards and into the zone. Going for that lead pass from his own end as they try for a pass up through center, and it gets there for Barry. Barry's up that center and dumps it into the corner. Sigma on the loose puck, trying to get it around for Papa Giorgio as he gets it to the other side. Leading it up with Brock Gardner with Tate Ryan. Gardner over there for Ryan, trying to get to the loose puck. Was too far ahead of him, but he'll be win that race in the corner. Trying to rush at the loose puck comes Walker, but taken off his feet. Back in behind the goal, that goes. Walker trying to keep it in. He's got to go against Brock Gardner, who took him off his feet. Hayden Shaw trying to find the lane to get it out, and he will. Get it up there for Brock Gardner at center. Gardner coming into the zone. looking for the shot. Tried to split the D first. It goes into the corner for Logan McMurray. McMurray trying to walk it out in front. And go back to the line for Appleby. But it got broken up and lusted on the loose puck. Lusted into the zone. He's dangerous with a shot. Going high and wide. Just over the blocker hand of Alan Mundy. The Toros can't get it out of their own end now. Walker digging away at it. Loses it finally to the Toros as they lead it up into the zone. Suter in there. Matthew Suter. Quick shot. Thrown at the net. Quick shot from base. Big save. Rebound at the front. Can't get poked in by Logan McMurray. So we still stay at 2-2. And a draw just out to the right of Tripp. Getting one there by the Toros. Quick shot as the Toros went for that quick shot off the draw. Doesn't fool Tripp on that opportunity as he caught it in the North Durham logo. Held on for another draw. And that draw is going to take place off to the right of the goal. Trying to win the draw with Bays. Gets one there by North Durham with a nice defensive win. Turned over to the opportunity for Suter. Couldn't shoot it. Bays throws it in it and scores! Owen Bays has given the Toros a 3-2 lead on a bad angle shot that made its way past Tripp to make it 3-2. All that pressure finally gets connected on, and it's Owen Bays so far that has the game winner. He makes it 3-2. Into the zone comes Suter with a shot. Gets stopped by Tripp. Rebound at the front. Can't get poked in. As the Toros are in there looking for more, and they're relentless looking for that insurance goal. Face off to the right. We're under 5 minutes left to go. Bays will take the draw. Wins it back to the line. Backhand shot thrown at the net. Logan McMurray tried for the deflection and went wide of the goal. Trying to keep it in by Sigma. Sigma throws it at the net. Back up. Blocked out in front of the net. And cleared out. Knocked down by Calhoun. And then Calhoun will put it back into the North Durham net. In behind the goal. As they try and start it from center. Picked off and went in behind the net. McMurray trying to chase him in behind the goal and get to that loose puck. That's going to get kept in at the line. McMurray tried to fire it around the zone. And Clark has the opportunity to clear. Can't do that as Suter knocks it down. Matthew Suter into the zone with a shot. Stopped there by Tripp with that opportunity. Fired right at him and he keeps it out. Draw off to the right of the goal. Kept in at the line though. Nice play by Appleby to hold it in. Now, quick shot on net is stopped there by Tripp. North Durham are in an unfamiliar spot now in the game. Now they're the ones that have to try and play comeback after the goal by Bays has put the Toros up 3-2. And it'll be a draw off to the left of the goal. Kay Ryan trying to win it, but North Durham win that defensive draw in behind their own net. Trying for a lead pass up through center. That's going over the stick and kept in by Hayden Shaw at the line. He's going to put it into the corner. As they try and find a lane to get it out of there off the boards. Got picked up by the Toros again. And now finally dumped down the ice. Trying to get to that loose puck now is McIver. McIver is fighting off the check of Appleby, but Appleby was able to control him and make sure he didn't get the opportunity. McIver, side of the net. Shot. Right past stop. Right in close there by Alan Mundy. McIver is in there again. And he couldn't get it out. DeHoosh tries for a shot. That's going wide of the net. Trying to get to the loose puck now is Barry. As North Durham are putting on the pressure now, looking to tie it. But now Tate Ryan will skate it out at center. He gets slashed there at center ice by Barry, trying to get to the loose puck. As that goes in behind the net. First one back there was Griffin trying to backhand it out in front of the goal. Tate Ryan trying to get to the loose puck on the right side and keep it in the North Durham end. Stopped in behind the net as they try and find a lane to ring it around the boards. Knocked down there by Jack Harley. He's got an important goal in the game so far too. I believe it was him that tied it up at 2-2 in the second period. Owen Bays has the winner so far. Knocked down by DeHoos at center. Toros going off on a line change. They tried for that pass from McIver. Going back into the zone they go. Number 91 pressured on by the Toros out of front. Trying to keep him there in the corner and kill off some more time. Knocked down by Bays at the blue line. As North Durham try and find a lane to get it out. Led up there by Barry into the zone. Barry in over the blue line. Going to the backhand. And there's a stop. Lead out of the front. Poked in. And there's the tying goal from the side of the net. Walker at the side of the goal. Poked it in. Monday made the initial stop, but Walker was just sitting right there at the side of the net to chip that in. So the Toros have lost their 3-2 lead now. Tied up here at 3 at the Garnet B. Rickard. So we're in for one heck of a finish and what has been one heck of a game between these two clubs. And we're going to get another timeout, so that's what we're going to do as well. North Durham and the Toros are tied up here at 3 with 2 minutes left to go. So North Durham never folded their tent. They came right at the Toros after falling down 3-2. And another shot at it gets stopped there by Alan Mundy. So North Durham looks like they're not satisfied with the tie, as they just got the perfect opportunity to get their lead back. And that's going to be an offside there called on the Toros at the blue line. Owen Bays to take the draw. Trying to dump it in there. Bays looking on the loose puck. Trying to get away with Owen Bays into the corner. Bays is going to spin off the check. Try and walk it out of front. Big opportunity now. Fires it. Stop there. Rebound out of front from McMurray. Can't poke it in. Big stop there from Chip to keep this game tied up at 3. Draw up to the right of the goal. So both teams have had key opportunities to take the 4-3 lead, and both of them were stymied by each other's goaltender. Up through center. Trying to move it to the other side for Lusted. Lusted into the zone. Can't get it around. Matthew Suter at center. Trying to turn on the Jets with Bays. Here comes Suter into the zone, and it's offside. Bays will take a big draw. Just inside the blue line. Gets one by North Durham, and the puck was last minute to play. You heard the warning right there over the PA system. That goes wide of the net. And in behind the goal, trying to get the loose puck out. Suter trying to spin away. Matthew Suter at the net for Tate Ryan. Scores! Tate Ryan goes to the top shelf with 40 seconds left to go. Suter found Tate Ryan down low and made no mistake, going up top over the glove of Chip, and the Toros have a 4-3 lead. Tate Ryan had yet to hit the scoreboard yet in the game, but what an opportune time to do it right there with 40 seconds left. He finds a loose puck on the pass from Suter and puts it over the glove hand to Tripp to make it 4-3, and Tripp is now off to the bench for the extra attacker. Coming up through center comes Barry. He gets taken into the boards, trying to find a lane to get it out, and he will. Under 20 seconds left in the game. Trying to find a loose puck right under the tape of Jack Carley, can't get it out. Another opportunity to dump it down, and they'll do that. Clear it out of center. 5 seconds left, and the Toros are going to escape with a 4-3 victory over North Durham in this entertaining game. And both teams had great opportunities. You look at what it was tied at 3-3, and North Durham had that great opportunity out in front of the net. It got spoiled by Alan Mundy, and how did he get rewarded for that? Tate Ryan scores with 40 seconds left out in front of the goal, and it capitalizes on a 4-3 victory for the minor Adam AA Toros, who now improve their special record to 15-1 on the season. I'm the voice of MJ Broadcasting, Mike Jackman.